Hi chicken. Yeah, the chicken from the anime. It looks so cool. First few observations is that the pace updates faster, of course, because I have a foot boy, but the watch also sort of updates faster. I saw this YouTuber, he actually tested the pace 4 versus a heart rate strap. It's actually about the same. And it does feel like it's updating faster than the Apple Watch. I'm not sure, does Apple Watch add some sort of smoothing algorithm for the speed, or they add sort of a smoothing algorithm for the heart rate. Hence, when you for stay run, I think that's fine, but if you try to jack up the speed, then the smoothing sort of messes up and gives some delay in the speed. So far so good, and something to read. Let's see. But I don't think my pace today can be a conclusive test because the weather is really nice after raining. It's about 27, 28. Normally it's about 32, 33 during the afternoon. So the air temperature is very different, but it's a lot humid, so it's a lot more, but it's much less tearing on my body because the blood doesn't have to pump out that much. So part of the reason might be why my pace is so fast today. So I really need to put this setup through a few days, and also partly because I'm on a new shoe, the Gel Nimbus, so my body is not really used to it. So too much variables today. Cannot do a conclusive evidence, but just a good day to test out new gear and go for a morning run on a nice weather like this. Just have to avoid all the water puddles because I don't want to get my new shoes dirty, but they look really nice. Bye. Hello everyone, so today is the first round of my Gel Nimbus. So some thoughts here is actually Gel Nimbus and Kayano sort of have a similar, it is a similar foam compound, but it's tuned differently. I got to check on run repeat, but what I can feel is it still has that firmness, but the Gel Nimbus is it's slightly, I would say, slightly firmer, lighter, and it's obviously less supportive. It's still quite stable, compared to a lot of other shoes like the Red Hair, 9 Ultra, Super Plus 2 is also slightly less stable, but still a stable shoe. But the Gel Nimbus is a lot more stable, but the actual return is very, very low. It's even lower than my Peak Chainly 2.0, which was giving me Achilles issues. But now I'm not sure whether it's the shoe that, the Peak was giving me the issue, or it's or it's the lack of stability that makes me the issue, because I've been running on the Kayano way too much, and then Kayano does a lot of correction and of your overpronation, but I have my right feet is a bit flat, so I get a bit overpronation because my right leg is slightly shorter. So now that I run in the Gel Nimbus, which technically is the same foam as the Kayano, I can feel a little bit light strain on my right inner side ankle, as well as a little bit of the Achilles. So buying this shoe was partly because I want to test if the Kayano was doing too much correction for me. I might not actually need a Kayano, but let's see, because if the shoe does too much work for you, your leg won't do that work, and then it will cause a lot of issues. But I also think that those issues on the Super Plus 3. So Super Plus 3 also do a lot of corrections for you, I guess, but the Gel Nimbus doesn't do that. It's really just a very raw piece of foam, I would say, but very nice, easy job. It's easy to hold speed. Obviously the color looks really nice. So originally I wanted to buy a pair of Super Plus 2, not because I want to run in them, but purely because of the Paris colorway. I saw a fellow runner on that day with the Paris colorway Super Plus 2, and I'm like, wow, it looks amazing, I want one, just purely for the color. And then I was so close to buying it secondhand off someone, and then I went to the ASICS shop who actually wanted to try the Super Plus 2 because they still had some in stock, like the Ekiden color, I think, just to test the size before I confirmed the deal online. And then I happened to see the new Gel Nimbus and are running on with they call it the peachy sun colorway, but it's just a Paris colorway, honestly speaking. And honestly, I feel it looks even nicer because the shade of grey is lighter as well. It's almost same as my grey Kayanos, so I kind of like that grey. It goes well with his outfit. It doesn't stand out too much, and it doesn't dirty very easily. And yeah, so overall it's a better shoe, even though I buy it just for the colors. But definitely have a good benchmark going forward for all the other trainers. So Big Tian Li definitely doesn't feel as high quality, at least like the upper is less breathable. Doesn't feel as nice when you touch it. And then something weird, the heel collar doesn't feel as comfortable, giving me Achilles issues. It's heavier as well, I think, but definitely more energy return. Like that was like 60+%. This is about 45%. I think it's okay for a daily trainer at like slow, easy paces. But if you wanna go faster in these, it's gotta be a lot of work. Yeah, but Big Tian Li, I think you can pick up the pace a little bit. I used it for sub-threshold last time before actually, and they turned out fine. Yeah, done with my run, so I can continue the vlog. Sorry for the messy hair. So I have a good benchmark on the Gel Nimbus now, because both the Kayano and Gel Nimbus are like famous within their own relevant fields. So Kayano is just famous for being a good stability shoe, and that was my very first running shoe because I was having a lot of like knee issues and ankle issues like earlier in my running career, a long time ago, like 10 years over. And then I thought the Kayano would help a lot, but I mean, it did help with my running journey. I wasn't injured, like I managed to be injury free, and then run my first 5k, but first 5k in a long ass time last year with my friends. So that turned out fine. Then I just didn't stop running then, and then I'm trying to ramp up. I sort of ramp up to 10k already, but now I'm trying to ramp up for 21k, and I was having a lot of issues. My Kyro asked me to get heel lift on the right side, and I used the heel lift on the right side, and then that caused me Achilles problem and plantar fasciitis in my right leg. And then I removed, now it's a lot better, but I guess I need to slowly strengthen my leg over time. So let's see. But yeah, now with the Gel Nimbus, definitely one of the best. I think 28 is a pretty good generation. Like they lighten the whole. It doesn't feel like a max cushion shoe. That's what I can say. But it's a comfortable shoe, I would say, for normal people. And for walking, because of how stable the foam is, because it's less reactive, it's awesome for walking. Like it's very comfortable for walking, because generally, like I say, I try to walk in the Red Hair 9 Ultra, or like even the Super Blast, because like of the racing foam inside is so reactive. It's awesome for running and long distances, because it's like it gives you a lot of energy back and it's comfortable and whatnot. But it stresses your leg in a weird way, and when you walk, it also stresses your leg in a weird way, because your leg has to like stabilize itself. Just imagine you're on a float and then you're on the ocean, and then you have to keep like stabilizing yourself non-stop. So I mean, it's good if you want to work all those little muscles in your leg, but long-term wise, it's very tiring to walk. So back then, like I had issues with my plantar fasciitis. I wear shoes that are like too soft. So especially like my Big Tian Li is like it causes a bit of problem as well. But when I wear my Kayano, it helps a lot. But I realized that when I wear like my Luna sandals or my Zero HFS2, which is like barefoot minimalist shoes, I don't get that same strain. Like I don't get that kind of like crampy strain. I just get soreness the next day, which I think is sort of good, because it's sort of like it helps with the muscle and everything. So yeah. Anyway, that's short feedback. But I do plan to test like a few match trainers from China. So probably the Red Hair 9 Pro instead of the Ultra. Even though I already have the Ultra, so I'm not really sure how the 9 Pro will benefit. It's just like a cheap, reliable daily trainer. With beaded, I think P-Bar foam. So might try that, because I heard it's really good. Like it's basically like an Evo SL, but Li Ning's version of an Evo SL, but with a plastic shank. A lot more stable. I did try it in person. I didn't run in it at one of the Li Ning stores. Yeah, it looks good. I nearly got the full neon yellow one because it like so booms. But it definitely looks a bit boomer compared to like ASICS colorway. Almost all ASICS colorway are like really boomer as well. But like this Paris one is really good. And it goes well with my yellow shirt. I gotta cover this logo first, you know. Anyway, so yeah. So the one in particular, I already bought on order, but I sort of cancelled it. Like originally, I wanted to give my picture to my friend, cause he needed a shoe anyway. And I'm like, hey, this shoe is cursed and giving me a lot of problems. So do you want it? I can give it to you. No, I'm probably just gonna donate it, like to like charity or something, because the shoe is working fine. It's causing me problems, and $60 ain't worth it to risk my legs again. So I'm like, so I had to get a pair of daily trainers, like, because I just felt that the Kayanos, I have 2 pair of Kayanos, which I'm racking up a lot of distance in them, but I just feel if I use them too much, my legs will become weak. So I do like swap it out with the Super Blast 3s, which also is too supportive. The Red Hair 9 Ultra is pretty good, but it's way too fast for my easy runs now. Maybe in the future when I'm faster. And then I just needed a slower daily trainer, and that's where like the Gel Nimbus comes in. I was looking at it, and then the colorway, and I just bought it straight because I love the color, even though it's pretty expensive. I bought it in Malaysia, but without any sale, it's a little bit expensive. But it's okay, you know, like you gotta pay for what you love, and it's not like a kid or anything, or like a car, right, which is way more expensive than a pair of shoes. So it's okay, buying health, right? So yeah, so I think the shoe I was looking at is the Xiaodan TG 1.0. I got a pair of black ones just to replace my Peak, because my Peak was also fully black, and the reason I got it is meant for like daily abuse. Basically like rainy days I also wear it out and just abuse it, you know. So now fuck, it's a little bit dirty. I gotta go back and wash the shoe again. Because it's so pretty. That's the issue with shoes, right? If you get too pretty and then worry about like fucking it up, you know, especially on rainy days. But even though Singapore is a lot more cleaner than a lot of countries, like I've seen a lot of YouTubers, especially in the UK, I think there's a lot more gravel and dirt along the roads, and you know, just a lot more nature, and then it really messes up the shoe. Like a white shoe will just like turn brown or something, which is crazy. So yeah, anyway, a lot of yapping. Yeah, definitely will look forward to try a few more shoes, and let's see. That's why I get slimmer first. I'm just gaining weight non-stop, which is like not what I want at this point, but let's see. Bye.